We're now going to review Lesson 14, Creating and Using Include Files. Include files are like fill-in-the-blank forms, and they're copied into the job when we're editing by using the include command, which is the F9, and then we fill in the blanks. So right now we're going to create a parenthetical include file. The procedure for creating an include file is very simple. There are a couple steps that we need to remember. We click on File, New, Text File. We name the file. We select a page layout. We then click Open. We type in the text that we want in our include file. We include any scan stops, any formatting symbols, any variables that we need in our include file, and then we save the file. And we save the file in our includes case. So let's talk about naming the file first of all. If you name your jobs, your transcripts, with perhaps the name of the deponent listed first, or maybe the date listed first, you may want to name your include files specifically with perhaps a letter beginning the include file or a number beginning the include file. My include files for the most part start with a 0. And that way I know that they are include files. You can name your include files anything you want to name them. The most important thing, however, is to make sure that we save them in our includes case. And our includes briefcase is located inside of our system files case. So let's just make sure that you do have an includes case. So in your user, if you open up your system files case, you should see a black briefcase that has the title includes. If you do not have a black briefcase that has the title includes, let's just go back to your manage job screen and make sure it's not there. So we can get to our manage job screen a couple different ways. We can hold our control key down and press the U. It brings us up one level. Or we can use our button that looks like a manila folder with an arrow pointing upwards. When we hover our mouse pointer over it, it says up one level. Okay, so look on your manage job screen to make sure you don't have an includes black briefcase. Okay, if you do, you want to move your includes briefcase inside your system files case, and you can do that very easily. You can drag and drop any file. So let's just say this Smith case here was my includes case. I can click my left side of the mouse. It highlights this case. I hold that left clicker down and I drag that case over to my system files case. Okay, you get a message that says, are you sure you want to move the selected file? And you're going to click on yes. I'm going to click on no because I don't want my Smith case inside my system files case. Now, if you don't have a system files case, let's go back inside, or I'm sorry, an includes case. Let's go back inside your system files case and let's create one. While inside your system files case, go up to File, click on New, and click on Case. Now you'll see that somewhere on your screen is a highlighted briefcase that says New Case. We want to rename it, so right-click it. Oops. Right-click it and scroll down to Rename, and you're going to name that Includes or includes case. Okay, I'm going to delete mine because I don't need it. All right, so we're going to open up that includes case because we want to create our includes inside that case. That just saves us from having to move the file over inside the case. All right, so let's first of all create and include a parenthetical, an off-the-record parenthetical. All right, so what we do first of all is we go up to File, scroll down to New, and we're creating a text file. So click on Text File. Okay, our Create New Document dialog box appears. You want to make sure that where you have Look In, you are looking inside your includes case because that means it's saving this include file inside your includes case. All right, so remember how I said naming your files. You can name them maybe with a number or a capital letter, first of all. And that way you never get confused. You know that it is an includes file. So I'm going to name mine with a 0. And I'm just going to type off the record discussion. You can shorten it however you want. You can shorten it however you want. Okay, hold on. We want to make sure we select our correct page layout. So mine is just named California Standard. Yours is probably named Minimum Transcript Format Standard. Whatever page layout you have that is compliant with the Minimum Transcript Format Standards page layout specifications, that's the layout name that you want. Click on Open. All right, so a page opens, a blank page opens. Hold on. All right, so now this is going to be a parenthetical. So we need to start using our correct format symbols. Okay, otherwise things do not line up. So to have the list of format symbols pop up here on the page, we're going to hold the Shift key down and press the F4. Okay, when we do that, our Insert Format Symbol dialog box appears. We can scroll down to Parenthetical and double-click on Parenthetical. All right, at the bottom of the screen, we like to have our format symbols appear, so we need to invoke our reveal codes. If you hold down the Control key and the Shift key and press the R, your reveal codes pops up on the bottom of the screen. Okay, now you should see that we have used the format symbol parenthetical. All right, so from here, we just go ahead and type. Now, most of my parentheticals are all uppercase. It doesn't matter if you want upper and lowercase. Some court reporting agencies require for uniformity that all of their reporters use uppercase, or perhaps all of their reporters use upper and lowercase. You can create the parenthetical however you want. When you're editing your job, you can change all uppercase, upper and lower, whatever you want. Okay, so for me, I'm going to type in all uppercase. And I'm pretty formal and short and specific when I create my parentheticals. So when I say formal, I usually use the word whereupon. So in all caps, I'm going to write whereupon and off hyphen the hyphen record discussion was held, period. And I should have said, when I type in my parentheticals, when I create parentheticals, as everyone does, parentheticals are inside parentheses. Okay, so we have an open paren and we have a closed paren. All right, so that's our parenthetical. That was pretty darn easy, wasn't it? Whereupon an off-the-record discussion was held. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to save that parenthetical and close the file. So we can use our Control S for save, just saved our file, and to close the file, go up to the tab, right-click it, save and close. All right, so we're still in our includes case. And where is my parenthetical? Here it is. All right, let's create another parenthetical. Let's create recess. All right, so we're still in our includes case. Go up to File, click on New, and we're creating a text file. Okay, we want our text file, our include, to be located inside of our include case, so make sure it says look in. If it doesn't, use that drop-down arrow and select that includes case. Let's name that parenthetical, so I start with a 0, you don't have to. And so I'm just going to name it, I'll name it break because I already have a recess. So I'm going to name it break. On our layout name text field, make sure that you have selected your proper page layout. And click on open. Our blank page appears. First thing we need to do is we need to tell this page that we are creating a parenthetical. So let's hold that shift key down and press the F4 so our insert format symbol appears. If I press the P, I'm automatically taken down to parenthetical and I can press enter. Okay, so this is a parenthetical for recess or break. I like the word recess better. If you want break, that's fine too. Remember, in parentheticals, we always have our text inside parentheses, so we need an open paren. And remember my formality, whereupon a recess was taken, period, end paren. Our periods always go inside of the end parenthesis, unless in our transcript, if we're writing indicating and right afterwards the witness, if the witness says right here, indicating, or we can put a little blurb in there, is where I hurt. Okay, in that instance, we wouldn't have the period. We would not have a period there. All right, so we're also looking at our reveal codes down at the bottom of our screen. We can see that we have a format symbol that says parenthetical, and we can see exactly what we typed. Okay, if you're not looking at your reveal codes, make sure you invoke your reveal codes by holding the Control key down, the Shift key, and pressing the R. All right, so we're done with that. Wow, 2 down, that was really fast. We want to save our work. Control S saves our work, and we want to close the file. So go up to the tab, right click, and then left click, save and close. Wow, that was pretty easy, right? Okay, so let's create another parenthetical. And this parenthetical we would use for a rough draft. So if we had a rough draft, every so often you put in a blurb so that whomever picks up that transcript and reads that transcript knows that there is no mistaking that this is a rough draft transcript and not the certified transcript. Okay. So there is specific wording that we like to have in this blurb for the rough transcript. All right, so let's go ahead. We're still inside of our includes case. go up to File, New, Text File, and I'm going to call this Rough Draft. I want to make sure that I have the proper page layout, and I click on Open. Okay, so this is going to be a parenthetical. What do we need to do? Shift F4 brings up our insert format symbol. P brings us down to parenthetical, and we hit Enter. Okay, so let's see. What is our wording going to be? In parentheses. And this is going to be kind of long. And I do it in all caps so that there is no overlooking that this is a rough draft. Okay, so I start out with this draft is unedited and uncertified and may contain untranslated steno and occasional reporters' notes, a misspelled proper name, and /or nonsensical English word combinations, period. As such, comma, this draft is intended only for the purpose of augmenting counsel's notes and is not intended to be used or cited in any court proceeding. All such entries will be corrected on the final certified transcript upon its delivery to you in accordance, accordance with our standard delivery terms or on an expedited basis should you desire faster delivery, period, end paren. Wow, that took up 12 lines, okay? That's really not acceptable. So we need to single space this disclaimer. How do I get to the top of my transcript very quickly? Control Home, hold the Control key down, press the Home key. Okay, how do I single space? Let's go to the end of the first line, first of all, by hitting the End key. And the single space command is the F4 plus the capital S for space. So F4S brings everything up. Now it's 6.5 lines. That's better. Okay, so this draft is unedited and uncertified and may contain untranslated steno and occasional reporter's notes, a misspelled proper name, and or nonsensical English word combinations. Okay, so you got the gist of it. So I put this parenthetical in my transcripts when I have a rough draft about every 25 or 30 pages. Every 25 or 30 pages. Okay, let's go down to the end of line 6.5. Remember we turned on single spacing. Now we need to turn single spacing off. If we don't turn single spacing off, when we bring this parenthetical into our transcript at this point forward will be single spaced. How do we turn single spacing off? The command is F4 lowercase s for single space. F4 lowercase s. And you can see in our reveal codes now we have single space off. Okay, it makes a big difference because every time you have a rough draft and you bring this parenthetical into your transcript, you're going to be manually adjusting the transcript from single space back to double space. Okay, let's save it. Control S for save. And let's close it. Right click the tab, scroll down to save and close, and click save and close. All right, so we've just created off the record, recess, and rough draft. Okay, how about we will create an exhibit marked, okay, so that we can put some other variables in there. All right, so in our exhibit marked parenthetical, we're going to do a couple things. So, file, new, text file, and again, mine start with a 0, exhibit marked for and I'm just going to type INDENTIFIC. You don't have to make your parentheticals this long, okay? Layout name, make sure your layout's correct. Open. All right, what do we need to do? We need to get that format symbol in for parenthetical. Shift F4, P for parenthetical, enter. All right, so with this exhibit marked parenthetical, we are going to insert some scan stops and some conflicts in this particular parenthetical. First, we start off with our open paren. And remember, I like to be formal. Whereupon, spacebar one time. All right, so we need to insert conflicts. We insert conflicts by using the caret command. So first of all, we need to insert, which is our Control I, brings up our insert conflict text dialog box. And I said that we needed a caret, so hold the Control key down and press the 6, it brings a caret. These conflicts need to be formatted correctly, so we need to press the space bar one time. Well, sorry, not yet. Not yet. Okay, so we're going to type in the word. First of all, the most commonly marked exhibit is by the defense. So defendants, DEFENDANT''S. Now hit the space bar. Okay. We need another caret. Hold the shift key down, press the 6. Or plaintiffs, and then press the space bar again. Okay, go ahead and click enter or press enter. Let's go to the end of that conflict and let's keep writing. Whereupon plaintiffs, defendants, exhibit. And I'm going to hit the space bar, I'm going to put a number sign. And I'm going to keep typing. Was marked for identification, period, and paren. In deposition, the exhibits are always only marked for identification. Only marked for identification. Okay. And in looking at my screen, I can see I made an error. Uh-oh, I should have had defendants and plaintiffs all capped. So let's go back up there and let's fix that. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to delete it. I'm just hitting the delete key. Okay, I need to insert Control I, my caret, which is my shift 6, defendants in all caps, space bar, caret, plaintiffs. Oops, let me go back. I did not want to hit a space bar after the first caret. Okay, so it's caret defendants, space bar, caret plaintiffs, enter. Okay, so whereupon defendants, plaintiffs, exhibit, whatever, was marked for identification. The reason that we're putting a conflict there is because only one person can mark an exhibit at a time. So it's either going to be the defendant or it's going to be the plaintiff. All right, well, how about that number sign? I want to make that number sign a scan stop. So I have my cursor at the number sign. I'm going to press and release the F4 key, press and release the letter O. And that makes that number sign a different color. So that is now a scan stop. So when we're filling in our include pages, and we hit the F8 to get to the next scan stop, or even in our transcript when we're editing and we want to get to an untranslate and we press the F8, now the cursor is going to stop on scan stops as well. All right, so now we've just created a marked for identification parenthetical. We need to save it, Control S, and let's close the file. Okay, so we've just created 4 different includes. All right, make sure you back up your includes case. Better yet, since your includes case is now located in your system files case, back up your system files case. In our system files case, we have so many important cases and files, our personal dictionary being one, right? So back up your system files case. All right, thank you.